Billy Staples on the phone for us. He says he's fired up about something. His political views are changing. I don't know what it is. Billy Staples, of course, used to be our drunken producer when we were in New York, good buddy of ours. And the reason why he's Billy Staples, he gets his guts stapled about every 5 years.
Yeah, that's what he asked for Christmas.
He's been stapled twice to have his stomach stuff. Now on the phone with us. How you doing, Billy?
Yeah, I'm okay, Ron. How you doing, Fez?
What's on your mind, big man? What's got your beef?
Any of you guys out there happen to catch in Boston Legal last week? I mean, I never usually watch the show, but I caught it. Did you see it or hear about it?
No, I did not see the show. That's the one with James Spader and Captain Kirk?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. They've awoken the old Billy Staples.
The old Billy Staples.
I'm telling right now, I am so pissed and so angry. I mean, at what's going on with this country. I would sign on every morning to AOL. You know, you look, you see three suicide bombers, and you look at it and go, oh, good, thank God they weren't Americans. Or it says 3 GIs killed.
Well, none of the suicide bombers are ever Americans.
No, the people they killed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was only Iraqis, so that's good, you know. And then it says 3 GIs
I try not to
killed.
say that.
And then after a while, I wouldn't even look at it because it would bother me too much. You know, so I'm sticking my head in the sand like a fucking ostrich, right?
Right.
Well, you know what? My head's out of the sand. My eyes are open. What are we doing? Where is the anger, Ronnie? Where is the pissed offedness about this fucking war and this president where we got 2,000 people killed over there? 2,000 of our boys and girls, whatever you want to call them, are now dead. And we're sitting here and just being goddamn complacent about it, looking at it on AOL.
I don't understand. What do you want everybody to do? You support the troops?
What happened to the beginning, Ronnie? What happened? Remember shock and awe?
Yeah.
Remember the big build-up to whatever was going to happen? We had embedded reporters everywhere showing us everything. We got Bush landing on a friggin' aircraft carrier. Mission accomplished. Guess what? Where are the photos now? Where are the pictures now? They wouldn't even let us show caskets of our dead brave soldiers. Where is the anger and protesting like in Berkeley and NYU and Stanford and Kent State and stuff like we had during Vietnam?
That was a bad one.
Well, there's no National Guard left in the country, so they got nothing to worry about.
So I don't understand, Billy. When you worked with us, you were very pro-military, pro-Bush, I remember you being.
Yep, right after 9/11, that guy had me hook, line, and sinker. He started to lose me with his speech right after the war when we didn't go in and carpet bomb Afghanistan, when he said that the war on terror will take time. You know what? No, it doesn't take time.
You got upset that we waited till, what was it, November before we acted against the Taliban?
Right. I wanted to...
And you got all this from Boston Legal? What kind of TV show is this?
This speech, there was a case where one of the girls who works there, her brother got killed. He joined the National Guard for 1 year. Okay? He went over there, this thing called the Try-1 policy. You join the National Guard 1 year. If you don't like it, you... So he's over there, and he was promised not to go to combat, but they sent him to combat, and while he's over there, they invoked the stop-loss policy, which was, of course...
Billy, it's just a TV show.
No, it's not a TV show, Ron. This was about what's going on now. It's a TV... Somebody finally got the balls.
All right, what do you want to do? You want to become the Abby Hoffman of the new millennium?
Well,
what are you going to do, Billy? You going to lead the way?
Flabby Hoffman.
You a yippie?
She tries, and everyone makes fun of her. And then she gets wound up. She's in front of the White House. She gets arrested and disappears. Where is the next person? Where is the Abby Hoffman?
I say it's Billy.
Well, you know what? We got how many 24-hour news channels? How much of the war do we actually see? I remember sitting at home at my table in the Vietnam War watching body counts on black and white television, showing the bodies of our soldiers fighting, showing showing what was really going on over there.
Who are you blaming this on, the media?
Yeah, what happened to them? What happened to the balls of the media? Everyone was so excited. We had embedded reporters, and, we're going out on a secret mission tonight. Everything was shown when it was so easy to drive through Iraq, getting up to Baghdad, taking the airport, and with nobody getting hurt and everything. It was so great. Everything's wonderful.
All right, but Billy, here's what I want you to understand. You were behind this war, and now it's going to take a long time. Did you think it was going to be an easy war?
Ron, This is not even it's, you know what? You got two options.
Yeah.
Either we go in there and do the job and do it, go in there and level everything with a level, or
Level who? We're trying to help those people.
Get the hell out and let someone go in there and redo the infrastructure who the terrorists don't hate. Right now, Iraq is like a magnet for terrorists from all over the country. You got 140,000 soldiers over there, Americans. They're in a turkey shoot for these terrorists. They're going, look.
What do you want to do, Billy? Bring the boys home?
Yeah, either bring the boys home and let some other country do it, or just go out there and just trash everything.
All right, so you're all or nothing, Billy Staples.
Yeah, there has to be, Ron, because you know what? Right now, what does our president give a shit about? What does he give a shit about?
Today, Panama Canal.
Yeah, Katrina? No, the tsunami victims? What? What is it going to take? The Florida hurricanes? What is he going to give a shit about? He's not giving a shit about his own people. Rovers have about to go down. Libby went down.
Are you now the new Jane Fonda for this generation?
No, I am not jumping on the north side.
It seems like you want to go over and get your picture taken on an Iraqi tank.
Hell no. Not at all.
What are you after?
Jane Fonda. I want to go over there and see the brave men and women who are fighting for us and who get hurt. And
why don't you do this, Billy? It sounds like you want to go to the airport and spit on them when they're coming back.
Well,
is that what you're after?
Where in God's name are you getting that impression?
I'm just trying to figure out what you want. I want to try to help you get there.
I want to...
But I'm not spitting on servicemen.
Not at all. You know what? I want more people to get angry. As angry as I've gotten. Because I got angry again, first speech, and then the Bill Maher comment, that turned me around when he said that...
But Bill Maher was right.
Bill Maher's a piece of shit. He was wrong.
All right, so because I was going to try to book you on his show.
Well, you know what? He can take his show and stick it up his...
And I remember the night in the lanes when you dodged him, when you had the opportunity to go one-on-one with him.
No,
you went out the back door.
All right.
Let's not change history at all.
All right, we've got a anti-war protester, Billy Staples.
No, I'm not.
And he's looking for some backers here.
No.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. So you are on the side of, like, Cindy Sheehan, right?
Yes, I think we as a country need to get angry.
Yeah.
We need to get pissed off. We need not to stop looking like I was. Oh, only 3 GIs got killed today. That's not bad.
Now, Billy, I remember there being 500,000 people marching before the war. You weren't there. About another 500,000 people marched against the GOP convention. You weren't there. Cindy Sheehan just marched, about 100,000 or so, showed up in D.C. a couple weeks ago. Where have you been?
Like I said,
you waited for Boston Legal to light your candle.
Beginning, Ron, I was the first to admit it. My head has been in the sand. You know, and you know what? It took this Boston Legal show, this James Spader closing argument, and a setup with trying to defend trying to attack the government for what they did to this Private Elliot.
You know what? All this show you might like is that Facts of Life.
No, this was reality. This is
that'll calm you down.
Show to set of balls, and it was up to date. They said 2,000 died over there. You know what? This is it. I'm sorry. You know, you never know what.
What are you going to do, Billy? Are you going to lead? Are you going to lead a protest?
No, you know what, Ron? Right now, I am not going to close my eyes to what is going on. You said these things happened. I didn't see them. All right. I am going to make sure I see them.
So 2,000 was your number. When it hit 2,000, you had enough.
Actually, no. It wasn't until I saw Boston Legal.
Boston Legal did it for him, Fez. It must be a great show. I didn't see that, but I saw Pretty in Pink with that he started, and he was fabulous.
Yeah, he's a fabulous actor, and he made a great drug dealer.
I can't watch a show where Henry Gibson is the judge. It looks too much like Laughing.
Hey, Billy, you're on with Billy Staples. Are you ready to be led?
So beautiful to me.
He's doing an impression of you when you were drunk, Billy.
Oh, that's a real...
when you were singing the Lobster Claws, your girlfriend.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, you know what? That's the past. We're talking now.
We're talking now. This is a post-Boston Legal, Billy Staples. And people, I think, are going to be following you now.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see some of the caskets with our dead soldiers coming off. Let's see the honor guard, the parade. Let's give them what they're due. And I'm sorry if I am actually quoting from some of Spader's closing argument, and I'm giving him credit to him and David E. Kelly credit for it.
Who?
But David E. Kelly.
Oh, okay. Here's Tyson. You're on with Billy Staples.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez. Great show, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Staples, what you need to understand here is all these guys over there, they volunteered to go. They're not forced in the military. And the people that are really making this war bad it's not the president, it's not the government, it's all the people that are fighting for the rights of all these other damn people that aren't giving us the ability to fight back.
Wait, you got a guy who, a year ago, was teaching social studies because he's in the reserves. Now he's over there. They said, you're going to go for a year, and they invoked the stop-loss policy, which George W.'s father enacted, and now he's over there for another 26 years, possibly.
Was this Boston legal?
Yeah.
Is this a real case?
No.
This is the law. This is when you stop loss, you can be invoked for another 26 years of active duty when you sign up for 1 year.
All right,
I was in the Army 8 years, and when you sign up, you know all the rules. You know everything
not if you're on the Try One program.
What's the Try One program?
New diet.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Billy.
The stop-loss policy that this government enacted in February '03, and then in '03, whatever it was, it's involuntary retention of active reservists and National Guard.
All right, here's Chris. Chris, you're on with Billy Staples, the anti-war protester.
Yeah, this is Chris the Chucker. I believe Billy Staples is right. We should get pissed off. I was in the Marines whenever 9/11 started. And luckily I didn't have to go. But, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm punching out.
You sound perfect for Billy.
Where is the anger?
What do you want, Billy?
No, I'm just saying, where is the anger?
Billy, what do you have to see?
A lot of us didn't see Boston Legal. The Knicks' first game was that night.
Maybe Boston Legal doesn't do it for everyone. Maybe there are people who already feel this way but just aren't doing anything. And you know what? Do I have an answer? No. But you know what? The first step is to get pissed off and realize, you know what?
What is the second step? First is acceptance, and then what's the second? The higher power?
Yeah, the higher power, our president.
Right. What do you want to see on TV that would satisfy your rage right now? People storming the Capitol? What do you want to see?
I want to see Boston Legal put on twice a week like they used to Batman.
No.
That was good.
I want to see, like I said, one of two things. Either we go in there, and this is so Vietnam. Either we go in there with everything we got. Every time one of the generals over there asks for more troops, he gets reassigned.
All right, here is Josh. Josh, you're on with Bill, the anti-war protester.
Hey, just calling in about the figure of 2,000 soldiers. I mean, historically, that's a very, very low figure. I mean, extremely low.
It's not one of your
occupied the country, we took it over, and now our soldiers are living there, and only 2,000 people have died. That is an amazingly small number. I don't understand how anybody could be upset with that small number.
How can you minimize 2,000 dead Americans in a war where we shouldn't be unjustified, where Bush was sued because by a guy in Boston for violating the War Powers Act of the Constitution of an illegal
Boston
war.
Legal?
Huh?
Yeah, Boston Legal? We don't understand. Here's Mike.
He was sued by David E. Kelly.
I wish I watched the show.
I know, it sounds great. I don't know what it's on up against, though. Mike, you're on with Billy Staples.
It's on tonight.
Yeah, hey, man, this fucking guy doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. And nobody over there is there because they're forced to be there. I was there. I was in the Marines. I was in the reserves. I got activated, went over there, saw combat, came back. And to hear cocksuckers like this and Cindy Sheehan and all the rest of them think that they're speaking for us, saying, bring us home, 2,000 dead, shut the fuck up.
No, listen, it's not a case of shut the fuck up. It's a case of you hearing what you don't want to hear. I got a friend, my friend's son was in Fallujah, and he came home, and you know what? He was called back, all right? He was called back under stop loss. Would you be happy to be called back?
He's already gone, Billy.
Yeah, I bet you his fucking tune would change then if he had to go back over there.
You've had it, huh, Billy?
Have terrorists from all over the country over there lining you up and just with the IEDs and blowing up bombs in your car and just taking shots at you.
All right, here's Dan. Dan, you're on with the anti-war protester and former Bush backer, Billy Staples.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
What do you got, Dan?
Yeah, I agree with Billy, man. I mean, I agree that sometimes a TV show can bring you around to be really angered like that. I mean, during this weekend, I saw Blue's Clues, and I got to tell you,
good stuff. Your delivery stinks. The only problem is your delivery stinks, but the joke was there somewhere.
You know what? How can this be a joke? You know what? Let's see a funeral on TV. Let's see.
Billy, where were you all these years?
Well, Ronnie?
I mean, you're like a born again.
Yeah, okay.
You're like everybody that used to be a Bush bot and now is like waking up, suddenly wants to scream at the rest of us.
Ronnie,
This was my problem with Harry when he decided he was going to do stand-up off a movie that he saw.
Yeah.
Now Billy's doing it from a TV show.
Well, first off, my pro-Bush period lasted a very short time. It lasted from the attacks on 9/11 till the Bill Maher speech, okay? That or the State of the Union, whichever one came second.
Bush did a speech on Bill Maher?
Yes, he hates him.
Let's not twist it around. You guys know exactly.
And then the night of the lanes where you dodged that fight with Bill Maher.
Yeah, no, I didn't dodge no fight. It wasn't until Rory told me he was there and I went looking for him and he was
You
gone
asked
already.
our waiter, is there a back door to this place?
Oh, come on. When have I ever backed down from a fight? Ever.
Paranoid.
Yeah, I backed down. I knocked him on his back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. All right, here's Mark. Mark, you're on with the Tyler Durden of the Iraq War. It's Billy Staples. He's building something.
Mahabone, guys. Listen, hey, Billy, have you ever been in the service? Did you ever go to basic training or anything like that?
Well, no, he has been behind bars, so he does understand what it's like.
My father was...
Dude, when you join, they teach you that you're going to may be in combat, regardless of what your job is. Reserve, active duty, I don't care what your fucking MOS is, everybody gets combat training. And why? Because there's a possibility that you could be in combat. And when you're in combat, you know, you can't just put your gun down, put your weapon down, and walk away. I was in the first Gulf War, all right? It only lasted 100 hours. I was in combat. Nobody could just stop and walk away. It's not how it works. And your argument to the fact that, you know, he didn't know what he was getting into, he joined the fucking Army. What do they think they're there for?
How can you compare the first Gulf War, where the Iraqis were throwing up their guns and walking to you guys, to trying to walk down the street in anywhere in Iraq now and have the insurgents just like picking you off?
Yeah, I mean, you guys didn't have to hang around and try to rule that place. That's where the dangerous part of it is.
They sat there and watched the airplanes do their sorties overhead and bomb everything, and then they just walked through the town and picked up the soldiers.
What are you saying? They were cowards?
No, I'm just saying it was easy.
You're saying the military's cowards and you like to spit on them? I don't understand.
Can you compare Gulf War I to what's going on now? No. You cannot.
What has you the angriest, Billy?
The fact that our president and our leadership has no clue what the fuck they're doing, okay? They will not send what is necessary. Why is it that we're still parents have to pay for body armor? You know, why don't we send the troops that are being asked for? Why? Why not? Why? We're too busy protecting our own little asses? Okay, Bush goes. Who do we got? Cheney? Where did that Hastert? None of these guys are clean, all right? There is something fundamentally wrong with this whole friggin' process that we do an illegal war, and now we're not supporting it properly.
Here is Jeff. Jeff, you're talking with Billy Staples, the man leading people against the war and administration, or the regime, as he calls them.
Billy, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
You know what? I have a brother over there, and I'd love to get him back over here in one piece. And you know what? I really, 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 really trust your judgment on this, and I really do agree with you wholeheartedly.
All right.
I want to see, like I agreed with you. I also had thought of Abby Hoffman, Ronnie, you know, with the Chicago 7 and everything back in the Vietnam War. But it's like, people who didn't see the Vietnam War like we did when I was very young, and I still remember the body counts on TV and seeing the soldiers come home and, like, you know, and they were being spit on and pissed upon. But you know what?
Pissed upon? No one pissed on them.
Spit upon, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there wasn't any
They
pissing.
showed actual battles. You know what? And it's such a turnabout. It's so bullshit that in the beginning, when things were going great, we saw everything.
You've
Why
had
is
it, huh,
it now
Billy?
when things aren't going so hot, we don't see, the news media is not reporting what's going on? I'd like that answer.
But I thought they were the big liberal media.
You tell me.
But like you called Bill Maher.
Oh, that's Fox News, too. You know, that's Fox.
No, it's not. Here is Josh.
God.
Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I'm so sick of this bullshit. This guy's talking about after 9/11 how everybody's for the war, and then a couple years later everybody's desensitized. Everybody wants to go out and attack, all the Iraqis and everybody who caused us. And now, there's issues. Everybody's like, we shouldn't be there. The United States is the most powerful country in the world, and they should go out and fight for it. They should go out and try to go out and help people.
How long before the United States spreads itself too thin? Why do we have to get involved in every goddamn conflict around the globe?
In a way, that's right. But the problem is these people after 9/11, everybody's
I'm sorry, did Iraq bomb us on 9/11?
No.
Did Iraq fly the planes into the World Trade Center?
Definitely did.
Huh?
The people who Iraq supports definitely did.
You asked everyone in Iraq.
And I guarantee you that,
You guaranteeing me this?
If something happened, again, if we didn't go to war, everybody would be all for it again.
Hey,
but
three
now,
words for you. Three words. Osama bin Laden.
Who cares? It can't happen to us. We're
Osama bin Laden. Not him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Billy, what's next for you? What are you going to do?
Huh?
What are you going to do? What is your next move to do with this anger of yours and you wanting to be the new Abby Hoffman?
To find out what is going on and to add my name to just not, sign a petition for this or sign a petition for that. Actually, you know what, Ronnie? I miss those things you talked about, those marches. Remember the march on Washington in the 60s? That place, remember, for those who
I'm telling you right now that there's been marches on Washington about every 60 to 90 days
and
for the last year.
I chose not to see it. I chose not to see it because if I didn't see it wasn't legal. And you know what? For people who weren't around during Vietnam, just come watch Forrest Gump, okay? Even though it's that CGI'd and everything else, that's what the march was. Look at the amount of people who were against the war back then.
All right, Billy. Well, it seems like you're angry. You're going to stay with this? What's next?
Look, this is, you know what? It seems like yesterday they flew the goddamn planes into our building. That's how pissed off I am.
You're that mad?
Yeah.
All right, well, keep us updated, Billy.
Oh, by the way, when things started going bad, when did all the flags stop being put on cars? Remember that? Everything was...
Oh, yeah, I remember you were wearing a flag shirt every day.
Yeah, and I had a flag in the office.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, you hung from our window.
Yeah,
And your flag hat.
Mm-hmm. And everybody's walking around with a flag on their car and everything else. And, hey, you know what? Mission accomplished. George Bush lands on an aircraft carrier. What happened to the flags? Things aren't going good. People take down their flags. What, we're not happy to be Americans anymore? You know what? Put the flag on. Get pissed. Get angry. Make a phone call. Do something. Just don't sit there with your thumb up your ass like I did for the past 2 years.
Billy, before I let you go, I feel like I have to ask. Are you drinking again?
No.
Pills?
No.
Billy?
No. I'm allowed to have... righteous anger is not... good.
Right.
I have righteous anger right now.
I know, but righteous anger and pills makes Billy a very confused man.
No, there's no. This is pure righteous anger.
All right.
This is coming right from the heart, and you know what? I'm angry, and mostly I'm angry at myself for being such so close-minded after turning around and realizing that we've been scammed and we've been lied to and we've been misled into a war. We have no business being there, and now 2,000 families are grieving for their children.
Billy, what's that sound? Everybody looks what's going around. What is happening with you? When did you become a hippie on me?
Hey, you know what, Ronnie? It's a fortunate son. Play them all.
Are you going to start sticking daisies in the barrels of rifles?
I wouldn't mind seeing that, Billy. Just you trying to recreate every big hippie picture from the 60s.
War is not safe for children and other living things.
There you go, Billy. You're on your way, bro.
Guys, let's get some angry people involved. Let's get you got a big, huge audience now. Let's get people involved. Let's get people angry. Let's get people pissed off. You know what? Every time you see a report of another person being killed, don't dismiss it. That's an American. That could be your neighbor. That could be your friend's kid.
All right, Billy. Good stuff.
Get on the bandwagon, Ronnie. Come on. Get with me.
All right. See you later, Billy.
Bye.
I think it's time we stop. Children, watch that sound. Everybody look what's going down.
Billy Staples, flip-flopping, Fezzi. He was a Bush bot. Now he's a big liberal.
Oh, yeah. He's a peace-loving hippie. I got to check out this Boston Legal if it's on tonight. If that's the TiVo alert.
You're too busy Checking out a Boston cream that's covered in ants. Trying to bring everything full circle.
Legal.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the show. Ron and Fez.